wanted so much to thank Tim for posing for this first slide. But I just can't do that with his mother here. She's such a wonderful Christian lady. I can't do that to Tim with her here. But if Tim wasn't here, I mean, she wasn't here, Tim. Oh. Give ear to my prayer, O God, and do not hide yourself from my supplication. Give heed to me and answer me. I am restless in my complaint and am surely distracted because of the voice of the enemy, because of the presence of the wicked. For they bring down trouble upon me, and in anger they bear a grudge against me. My heart is in anguish within me, and the terrors of death have fallen upon me. Fear and trembling come upon me, and horror has overwhelmed me. I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove. I would fly away and be at rest. Behold, I would wander far away. I would wander far away. I would lodge in the wilderness, Selah. I would hasten to my place of refuge from the stormy wind and tempest. Can you share that sentiment at any time? Have you ever just been afraid of life? Have you ever just wanted to get away from it all? Did you ever just dread getting out of bed? There are a lot of things that we become afraid of in life, and sometimes it's self-induced. I believe it was Pogo who said, we have met the enemy and he is us. But we do have fears. I talked about my fear of height. Here's a list. This is a boy holding on to the cockpit windshield of an airplane as it's landing. But the look on his face, I think, is indicative of a lot of us when we have our fears. There is cyberphobia, a fear of computers. I remember those days. I'm still not real comfortable with them. Ecclesiophobia is a fear of church. And then there's lunophobia, a fear of the moon. Astrophobia, fear of lightning. You can say that one. Chromatophobia, a fear of money. Most of us search for that, don't run from it or run afraid of it. Europhobia is a fear of the color red. Homilophobia is a fear of sermons. And there's some who have that, didn't come tonight. Triskaidekaphobia, whatever that is a fear of the number 13. Those are some strange fears, aren't they? I got a couple more for you. Polytophobia, a fear of baldness. And then phobophobia, that's fear of fear. Spell it. HIPPOPOTOMONSTROSEQUIPEDA, phobia. You know what that is? Anybody ever experienced that? And I got up here today. I overcame that fear. Fear of mispronouncing words. Man, what a long word. I laughed and laughed when I found that word. At any rate, how are we going to use the word fear? I gave you a handout. And the handout, we're not going to go through the handout, but notice, if you would, that there are a number of different words that have to do with fear. And they have the word phobos as the base. Now, Delia does not, and Eulabia does not, but many of the words that come from these basic words, and they talk about fear, and sometimes when we talk about fear, we're talking about something really bad, and sometimes when we're talking about fear, we're not talking about something that's quite so bad, but has more of the idea of awe or respect, and that's the fear of God that we're to have. Now that word phobos can mean a bad fear, but it can also mean the kind of a fear that leads you to respect the person. You know, it doesn't take long for mom to use those ball paddles before you have a little bit of a healthy fear of mom. You didn't mention what my mom did with it. She wore holes so they raised blisters. No. We had a teacher in school who did that. She had a paddle and she had to, bore holes in it so it was blisterous. Didn't like her. The fear that we want to talk about tonight is the fear that is used sometimes to talk about bad fear, but also it is used of God. Obviously, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. But God doesn't want us to have that outlook of Him. But this word also can mean just to be simply afraid. Now, there's some problems that come with fear. Fears can be bad because they can affect our ability to act. Our thoughts can become unfocused. I think mine would have to be refocused. I don't know how long it's been since I've had a focused mind. But doesn't fear sometimes do that to us? We get discombobulated. I don't know what that's a fear of, but that's a big word. But it has to do with the fact that we lose focus and we're not able to do what we once did. We're so afraid that we get distracted and we're not getting the work done. Our interactions with others may slow down or even cease. You ever experienced that in school? And then it can force us in the sense, it frees us in the sense that we can get nothing done. I had shared with you my fear of heights. We had in Bellsville, they built a shed to be able to put the tractor in, and then also we could use it as a base when we had fellowships to meet on the grounds. We had a place to go in and out and protect us from the weather. They put a light beside it, a light pole with a light on it, and it burned out, and I decided I was going to change it. So I got the old trusty wooden ladder that reaches forever. But when you lean it against a pole, it's not solid. And the farther you go up, the more it wallows. And I'm afraid of heights. And I got within almost arm's reach of that light bulb, and I froze. Literally froze. I held on for dear life. I closed my eyes, and after a while, I let my left foot down till it found the rung, and I got down far enough then I could unfreeze and move. Fear does that to us. Now, maybe it doesn't literally freeze you, but many times we become afraid and we just stop. We don't go any further. It can cause ill health and even death. There have been people who died before they made contact. You know what I mean? Like in an automobile accident, they sense that they're going to die, and they have a heart attack and die. So they say a lot of people die before they hit the ground if they fall from a high building. They have a heart attack for fear of what they're going through. We can just get undone. It can turn to ungodly behavior. Sometimes we're afraid of what others think of us, or afraid what might happen to us if we don't do some things, and we swap our character for what they want us to do. And then it chips away from our close relationship with God, because God wants us to put our faith and trust in Him. And if our faith and trust is in him, then we would not be so afraid. And I think of, when I say that, I think of David facing Goliath. How many others in the army of Israel cowered and they were afraid? But when David went to Goliath, he said, you come to me with a sword and a spear, but I come to you in the name of the Lord. And he wasn't afraid. He didn't let his fears. He knew that God's presence was with him. And that's what we want to have, not something that draws us away from God. F.B. Myers wrote, unbelief puts our circumstances between us and God, but faith puts God between us and our circumstances. Not all fears are a lack of trust in God. I don't think it's because I don't trust God that I'm afraid of heights. But it's something that I have. I don't know where it came from. I think maybe my mother made me afraid of it because I used to do things and she would come out and yell at me, and I know she made me afraid of snakes. I mean, I've handled snakes and done things, but my mother would scream and yell, and then my sister joined in, and all of a sudden I was afraid of snakes. But a lot of times, it's a matter of whether or not we feel the presence of God with us, or whether we're more concerned about what we see in front of us. Fears, like doubts, grow worse and show our lack of trust in God. In Revelation 21 and verse 8, but for the cowardly and unbelieving and abominable murderers and immoral persons and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars, their part will be in the lake that burns with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Revelation 21, verse 8. So how do we overcome our fears? And I'm not talking about fear of height or fear of dark, even though sometimes fear of dark can be because of a lack of faith. Well, I think one of the things that we can do that will stop it is to quit focusing on ourselves and the problems that we have and focus instead on God. We all remember Matthew chapter 14 and the fact that Peter was invited by Jesus to step out of the boat and to walk on the water, and he did. Wow. Now, we can get on to Peter because of the fact that he did sing. But which ones of the other disciples got out of the boat and stood on the water? At least he made the attempt. What happened that Peter sank? The text tells us he took his eyes off Jesus. He took his eyes off Jesus and he could see the water, the storm. He'd been on that lake many times fishing. He'd probably almost lost his life a few times in some of those sudden storms that came upon the Sea of Galilee. But he took his eyes off Jesus. And when we quit focusing on God and his power and his promises, and when we quit remembering what he did for others in the past, and we begin to look at our problems instead, we develop fears. In the Hebrew letter, the 12th chapter, verses 1 and 2, therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us. Let us run with endurance the race that's set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Jesus looked beyond his current circumstances when he was on the cross. He was looking to what his endurance, his death, would do for us. That's where Jesus' focus was. It wasn't on himself. He wasn't trying to see how much blood he was losing, or to feel how much pain he was suffering, or to say, boy, what did I get home and tell the angels about this? It wasn't it at all. For the joy that was set before him, our salvation. By the way, that reading was from the English Standard Version. Second, seek God with all your heart. It is God who can resolve our fears and better our relationship with Him. And doing that, the better we can handle our fears. In the 62nd Psalm, verse 8, trust in Him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before Him. God is a refuge for us. There are different times that we find calamity in the Bible. We find the destruction of the world through a flood. But God made a place of refuge. We can think back to the law that He gave to the Israelites, and the law was that if you killed a man, his family could come after you and take your life. But if you thought you were innocent, if it wasn't premeditated, you could flee to one of the cities of refuge, and there you could wait until it was resolved in the court, and if they said you're okay, then he could go home. But if not, as long as he stayed in that city of refuge, he was free from the vengeance of that family whom he had killed their loved one. Their sin. What a horrible calamity, and its eternal destruction and consequence. But He's given us His blood, and the church is a place for refuge. God is our refuge. He will give us refuge. If we look to Him, if we focus on Him, and we seek Him with all our heart. In Psalm 34 and verse 4, I sought the Lord, and He answered me, and delivered me from all my fears. Now, if you like that passage, I'm going to repeat Psalm 34:4. I love that. I love what he says there. I sought the Lord, and He answered me. And then we need to get filled with the right stuff. I suppose that became popular with the making of the astronauts, the right stuff. But what's the right stuff? Well, I would suggest to you that it's God's power. We need the power that comes from God. That's what David sought. And his best instrument of protection and war was a sling. Not a slingshot like we used as boys. We used to cut a wire from a tree that was strong and carve a little niche at the ends of them and put, used to have inner tubes in tires. And they were made from rubber and they would stretch. And we'd do that and make a little leather pouch, and we'd take rocks and we'd shoot things with it. It's not like that. It's one that you wind up and you let go. They still use that in Israel today. They still have men who are trained in using a sling because it's quiet. It doesn't go bang. And they can be very proficient. But that wasn't where his trust was. He didn't say, I come to you with a sling, but in the name of the Lord. He was depending on God's power to get him through and not his own. Too many times we're intimidated instead of demonstrating God's power. Joshua was instructed several times in Joshua 1 when he took the leadership from Moses. God told him, be strong and of good courage. I don't remember how many times. You read Joshua 1, and that's what God says to Joshua all the time. He was going to be courage, not fear. And then we need God's love. The love that comes from God and the love that is for God. We need to love as He loves. We need to receive His love. We need to return it to Him, but we need to show it to others as well. In 1 Corinthians 12, Paul dealt, and I mentioned this before, Paul dealt with spiritual gifts. And they were so enamored with these spiritual gifts, the Holy Spirit empowered some of them to speak in tongues without studying the language, to heal people who were sick, to interpret someone else's foreign language without having studied that language. There are different things that were done miraculously. And if I got up and started speaking fluently in Russian, that may or may not impress you, but it would certainly impress me, and probably impress Jeanette, because she knows I don't know that. That's a new toy to play with, right? And that's what they were doing. And Paul's saying, that's not what it's there for. You're abusing the power God's given you. Let me show you a more excellent way. Love. And so 1 Corinthians 13 comes about. And he describes the kind of love that God has and that we're to have. And it's powerful, is it not? What can love overcome? Remember that John wrote in 1 John 4 and verse 18, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. Now, that doesn't mean you won't be nervous. I love Jeanette. I wanted her to marry me, and I asked her. I was nervous, but I wasn't afraid. You understand? Doesn't mean that because you get nervous about something that you're afraid, but when we open ourselves and show genuine love, godly love, there's great power in that. And the world couldn't understand that. And the world of Rome gathered together in the amphitheater, and they watched as Christians were tied to stakes and burned. They watched as they were fed to lions, as they were slaughtered by gladiators. And instead of cowering and screaming and crying and begging for mercy, they bowed their heads and prayed to God and accepted death. And the Romans found out that the more Christians they killed, the more Christians were spawned. Because the people said they may have died, but I want what they had before I die. Love can overcome some wonderful things. And then a sound mind. I don't know, Chuck. All my life I've heard about sound preaching. And sound preaching to me had this idea of it had to be exactly what the scripture said. Now, I think we need to speak as oracles of God, don't get me wrong. But that's not what the word sound means. A person writes a will. I, Randy Chapman, being of sound mind. Doctor says you have a sound body. That means everything's healthy. Everything's working the way it should. A person who has a sound mind is a person whose mind is operating clearly and functioning the way God intended, who has its faith and love in God and its fellow man. And it's not one that is running around like a chicken with its head cut off. I can't believe I said that. But I've heard that all my life from my mother. She was like a chicken with its head cut off. What does that mean, Mom? She said, if you ever butchered a chicken, you'd understand. You cut their head off and they would run. And I said, without a head? She said, without a head. But it's frantic running. Yeah. And that's the way some people live their lives. It's frantic. It's hit the panic button. But a sound mind is a strong mind. It's a healthy mind. In the New American Standard, when they came to translate this word sound, they wrote the word discipline. A mind that's under control. I remember a mother telling me one time, I don't know what I'm going to do with my boy. And I knew the boy, and I knew what he needed. He needed a lot of discipline. And she thought if she loved him, she wouldn't discipline him. You know, I love him too much to spank him. And that's what he needed. He needed discipline. And not just being spanked, he needed orderliness. He was allowed to raise himself. And I said, I can tell you right now what I think he needs. And she said, what? And I said, the Army. She's like to swallow her tongue. She said, why? I said, because he can't do what he wants. And he can't get away with it like he can with you. And he'll have to learn to discipline himself. He didn't go to the Army. But sometimes that's what we need, to learn discipline. Well, another thing that will help us to overcome our fears is to not let the past or the present rob ourselves of tomorrow. Sometimes we obsess over what's going on, and we think, here we go again. And so we anticipate something that happened in the past. It looks like it's going to happen again, and so we just expect it to happen, and we let it happen. We don't take an effort to change that. I've been in more business meetings than I care to admit to. And I have been in business meetings where someone suggested an idea, and someone said, we tried that before and it didn't work, so we're not going to try that again. So someone else suggested something else, and that same guy says, well, we never tried that before and we don't know if that'll work. How you going to win with that? Sometimes we let our past experiences and the present situation overshadow things. There's a man by the name of A.J. Cronin who was an analytic psychiatrist. And he began to think about his patients, and he went through his files, and he thought about the people that he had worked with who were afraid and who were frozen by their fears and were afraid to go on with life because of their fear. So he said, this is what I found. 40% of what they were afraid of never happened. 30% could not have been changed if they'd have tried. 12% were health related. And 10% were petty. Only 8% of all of his patients had something to genuinely be afraid of. How does that grab you? Is that too close to home? Years and years ago, I saw a picture of a rocking chair, and beside it were these words. Worry is like a rocking chair. You spend a lot of energy and it takes you nowhere. Worry graduates into fear. We talked about doubts last night. Doubts will develop into worry. And worry will develop into fear unless we get control of it. Unless we give it to God. And let Him take care of it for us. And then, I don't want to miss this one. In Jeremiah, let's go to Isaiah first. Isaiah 43, verses 18 and 19. Do not call to mind the former things or ponder over the past. Behold, I will do something new. Now it will spring forth. Will you not be aware of it? I will even make a roadway in the wilderness, rivers in the desert. God says, I can change. The past doesn't have to remain. But this is a passage that I'm about to turn to, Jeremiah 29, verse 11. It's in stores on plaques. People crochet it, or not crochet it, cross-stitch, is that the word? Cross-stitch it. This is a thing of the world, that's not my world. Anyway, here's what it says. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for calamity, to give you a future and a hope. Now, standing alone, that sounds like